Hi everybody, today I'm gonna just be doing a video on how of me basically retouching my roots, like bleaching it and applying the silver on the whole top half of my hair. So if you want to watch how I did it, just keep watching. So I'm gonna try to make this video as quickly as possible because I do not want it to be a very long video, but doing hair does take a very long time. But obviously I'm gonna cut it down and stuff. I just wanted to talk quickly before I start this video. I did go to beauty school, and some of you guys may know I went to beauty school. I graduated and everything. And in beauty school they taught you, well, my beauty school I should say, they taught you hair. So I do know how to do hair, you know, like professionally, I guess. They did not teach me makeup, so like I've said multiple times before, I've learned makeup on my own, but hair, I do know how to do it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, oh, and also I just want to clear things up. I am not going to show you guys how I bleached and how I got this hair color, like, you know, all of this. I'm just going to show how to do a retouch. Basically, you know, just bleaching this to get it even or light enough to so that the gray could grab. Okay, so anyways, if you guys want to have, like, you know, like a vivid color like this, or go or line your hair and, you know, whatever, I do recommend to go to a professional, you know, somebody that went to school and all that, and that, you know, knows what they're doing, because it is your hair, and bleach, especially bleaching, it's very, very damaging to your hair. So I wouldn't waste money or time, or like your hair, just waste your hair, period, on you yourself, you know, kind of like doing it like half-ass a job, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather, you know, you guys go to somebody that knows, you know, what they're doing. Okay, well, anyways, so yeah, I am only gonna show you guys how I am going to do the retouch. So obviously all of this that's black, my regrowth, so I'm gonna do that, and I think I'm also gonna film on how I am going to apply the color all over the half top of my head. So very quickly, I'm just going to show you guys the products that I'm going to be using, because I get asked this question a lot too. What color is this? And this, the gray, is silver from it's silver from Pravana. It looks like this, or packaging. I believe Pravana products is only handled, well, I guess they only sell to people that have, you know, licensed in cosmetology or whatever, because you will never find this like in Walmart or, you know, Sally's and stuff like that. They are sold in stores where you have to have a cosmetology license. But I'm pretty sure if you go online, since everything's online now, you could find somebody selling them on eBay or whatever. It might just be a little bit more, you know, expensive. I definitely wouldn't spend more than, like, I don't know, like $12, well, if without a license, on each bottle. Like, that's still kind of pricey, but I forgot when, it was like a few months ago, I looked up on eBay and people were selling it for like $20, and I don't know, I just personally wouldn't spend $20 on a bottle, because I personally don't think it's worth it. So yeah, so try looking it up online and see if you find anybody selling them. And to bleach my hair, I would normally use Paul Mitchell's bleach, because I don't know, I feel like that's my personal favorite, and that, of course, again, it's sold, you know, only to cosmetology licensed people. But I ran out of that one last time when my best friend did my or she helped me do the regrow, because she also went to beauty school. So I think I had also bought this last time too. We had to use both, I think. So we just had to do a quick run to Sally's and get a Sally's brand. So this you would find at Sally's is the Salon Care Blue Flash. So this is a bleach that I will be using today. And for the developer, I usually use Rusk, which is obvious. It's also a developer used for cosmetology licensed people. But since this is only volume 30 and I want volume 40, I want it to lift as fast and as much as possible. So I'm going to be using this one. This one also you find at Sally's. So I'm going to be using that one. And since I am pregnant, I'm going to try not to when I'm doing the clips of the video. But for the most part, I'm going to be using, I don't know what these are called. They're just like cover your mouth type of thing. Just so I won't breathe in, like, you know, all the chemicals and stuff. And obviously gloves. You're going to need gloves. And I'm going to use some foil. Just foil. And the foil is, you don't really need it. I'm just going to use it to separate the black and the silver, because I don't want that to be, you know, bleach to touch the black. And another quick thing that I wanted to talk about, I'm not going to say like this is the right way and that's the wrong way of doing, you know, hair or whatever. This is just the way that I was taught how to do it. So this is just the way that I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that there's different ways on, you know, people, the way people do retouch their hair or dye their hair or whatever. But this is, I'm just going to show you guys the way that I was taught in school and the way that I'm going to do it. So let's get to it. I am going to, off camera, I'm going to part my hair. So it's just making it easier for me, just, you know, parting the black and the silver and putting the foils right there. Okay, so now that I look freaking ridiculous, because I already added the foil and put the black, like the bottom piece of my hair in a ponytail, and then I just have the gray, you know, down. And I already mixed it, and I just want to clear things up before people start talking shit. It is safe to bleach and dye your hair when you're pregnant. Obviously it's recommended to wait till, you know, the 3 months are up. I'm 6 months pregnant, and that's why I even have this, just to double make sure, you know, cover my mouth and my nose so I won't be breathing any of the stuff in. I'll probably have it off so that I'm able to talk to you guys in the clips that I'm going to be, you know, showing you guys how to do my hair or bleach the hair, whatever. So yeah, so I just took about like a teaspoon. No, it's not a teaspoon. To be honest, like, I just eyeball everything because I don't like taking measurements, and I kind of already know like how much, you know, of bleach and, you know, whatever, etc. you need. So as long as the bleach looks like this, it's not too watery, since if it was like coming down like water, that means you use too much developer, so add more bleach. And if it's too thick, that means you need more developer. So just keep mixing till all the little balls are gone. Since there's no balls right here, it's all good. So yeah, and I'm going to be using like a smaller brush, you know, just so it could be easier for me to get into the roots. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is part my hair in half. And as I'm doing this video, I'm going to be just giving you guys like some tips and stuff. I just didn't want to, like, you know, just waste your time just talking. I just wanted to get this tutorial started. So yeah, I'm going to be, I guess, talking while doing my roots. Since the first thing I'm going to apply the bleach at, it's going to be in the very front right here and right here, since obviously that's how I normally part my hair, and that's what I want to grab the fastest, and, you know, what I want it to be more noticeable. Okay, so I'm just gonna part it in the sides around this area, and I'm just gonna put this, clip it up. Now I'm just gonna grab more clips, and I am just gonna clip the rest of my hair. So the first thing I'm gonna do is obviously grab a small amount of bleach, and then I'm just gonna start right here almost touching the scalp, but not touching it completely, since I don't want my scalp to be burnt, and also because I'm pregnant, so I just want to take that extra precaution and not have the bleach, you know, soak into my scalp that much. So I'm just doing it a little bit above. I don't know if you guys could tell. It's just a tad bit above the scalp. And I am just going to put the bleach, obviously, all amongst the black. And remember, take your time when you're doing this. If you're doing it at home or if you're doing it on somebody, like, don't feel rushed. Because if you're going to be rushed, then, you know, like, the outcome might not be as good. Now that I have bleach on both sides of the roots, I am just gonna take, you know, this pick and just part it like about half an inch from the original spot where I had put the bleach. So about that much. Let me make it perfect. About this much should be fine. So then now I'm just gonna flip this side over like this and bleach this part now. So it's pretty easy. Just all you really have to make sure you do is make sure you do part your hair. Basically, just make sure that you have a pick or a brush, whatever, something like this, to make those perfect you know, partings, and make them about half an inch or less, just so that the bleach could bleach through on even sides and everything could be even and nothing's, you know, like uneven, and I don't have like, you know, once I style my hair and I have like a patch of black hair, you know, or, you know, somewhere where you missed. You want to make sure that everything's obviously covered. So that's why they say to make sure that you do your hair, you part your hair evenly, and, you know, like small. I obviously don't have my makeup done because, like, what the hell, you know, I'm doing my hair. And I'm gonna shower after this. So it's like, what's the point? You know, color your hair, bleach your hair, or even if your hair is virgin hair, it's always recommended, well, at least what I was taught, and it makes sense, to wash your hair with cold water, because cold water is, like, you know, good for the hair. It doesn't open up your hair pores like hot water does. Even for the skin, I heard it, you know, it's better for the skin, but, like, come on now, who takes showers with cold water? I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I personally hate taking cold showers. But when it comes to my hair, especially, you know, like in the winter, like, I have to take a hot shower. But when it comes to my hair, and I know how damaged my hair is already, I do try to just wash my hair with cold water, or warm cold, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Just because I know it's, you know, healthier for your hair. And also, like, for example, right now, like, once I wash this bleach out, I'm definitely gonna be doing it with cold water. This is like my first time bleaching my roots on my own. I mean, before, when I used to have, like, my bangs bleached or whatever, like when I was in high school, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This is when I was going to beauty school as well. Obviously, I used to do it myself because it was just, like, right here. But, like, back here, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out, dude. Hopefully, it comes out fine. But, I mean, it looks like it's coming out fine. I really needed to get my hair done because it's been a minute. I think it was, like, October when my friend last did it. Okay, now it's just basically the waiting game. So like I said, waiting for my hair to lift, and after like 20 minutes I'm gonna go ahead and check it, and if I notice that it still needs more bleach, I will then wash it out and then apply more bleach. And like I said, the past times I had to do it 3 times, so I won't be surprised if I have to repeat this process 3 times. So like another quick tips, 2 of them that I just thought about right now. If you're doing your own hair and you're bleaching it, bleaching is very, very risky. So if you're doing, like, let's say your roots are bleaching like a whole chunk of hair or whatever it may be, and your hair, you notice if your hair is damaged or if your hair could take more bleach, if it starts to break, like for, okay, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, forget that. What I'm trying to say is, if you bleach your hair, let's say a whole strand of hair, let's say I bleached this whole hair, right? And then I had bleach on it. I waited like 15-20 minutes, and then I will take a little strand and I will just start tugging it a little bit, and if it breaks off, that means it's done. You need to wash your hair out as quick as possible, and do not apply more bleach, because if you apply more bleach, it's a possibility, very high possibility, that your whole hair would break off. And believe me, it does happen. It has happened to multiple people in the past. It has even happened to me before. So yeah, it's just, don't even risk it. And if your hair is like able to bounce back, that means it's still able to take on a little bit more time or more bleach, whatever it may be. So yeah, so a lot of people just want to apply color, and their hair is like brown, black, whatever it may be, and they want like a color like this, or you know, like purple or blue or turquoise, whatever the color may be. It's not gonna grab. Your hair has to be, for all those colors, your hair has to be practically platinum for it to look very nice, and for the color to absorb and grab. So I'll probably stop the camera rolling right now, and then once I start it up again, it's probably when I'm gonna apply the color. So see you guys then. Okay, now that I'm all done bleaching my hair, I did had to bleach it 3 times. So the first time I bleached it was well, here on camera, and I had to leave the bleach on for like about half an hour, and then I washed it off. Obviously I only did the roots, and then I put bleach in it again for around like 25 minutes, and then I washed it out, you know, dried my hair, and then applied bleach again, and for about 25 minutes also, and I did, you know, the whole routine again. And I did put a little bit of conditioner the last time, just so it could be easier for me to brush out my hair, so that I could, you know, my hair could be ready to go once I start putting the color in. Just be easier, you know. So as you could recall earlier in the video that I said your hair has to be practically platinum blonde, well, almost platinum blonde, for the gray to grab. This is what I was talking about. So you see how it's lifted up pretty high, and my hair is obviously dark brown, my natural hair, so that's why I did have to bleach it 3 times so that I could get this light. Since I'm going to be using a vivid color, silver, I don't know why I keep saying gray. I should be saying silver, because this is technically silver, not gray. From Pravana, and mostly all vivid colors from their line, you don't have to use developer, because it is a vivid color. So I am not going to use any developer. I'm just going to put this in a bowl, you know, mix it up. I am just going, now this is the easy part. Now it's just applying the color, and then I'm just going to go ahead and start on one side, kind of like the same thing how I applied the bleach, but obviously now this time I'm going to do the whole strand. So I'm going to just take a section, remember, about ½ an inch or inch, and because you want to make sure that your whole hair strands are covered. And now I am using a bigger brush, since I'm going to be working with my whole hair. I am just going to wait about half an hour, and after the half an hour I'm obviously going to jump in the shower and wash it off with cold water. There is this shampoo, I just don't have it with me, it's in my bathroom, that I use on only the gray, like this part up here, and I found it at Sally's. It's a purple bottle, and I guess it's like a toner type of thing that's supposed to tone your hair if you have like this type of color. But I've seen a video where some girl was saying that if you put on that shampoo before you jump in the shower, like twice a week, and just wait about like 20 minutes with the shampoo in your hair, that it actually works better. So I'm gonna try that, not today obviously because I'm gonna have to rinse this off, but the next time, you know. Let me see. Yeah, so then after that, yeah, I'm just gonna wash it with that. And then, okay, so this is the end result. The color payoff is pretty blue, I'm not gonna lie. It has always been, you know, blue, I guess you could say, because it is Pravana and the color's technically silver. I don't know why I kept saying gray, but yeah, so it's technically silver, and since it's like fresh paint, I just applied it, jumped in the shower, got out and styled it. It is, you know, pretty blue because of the undertone that it has in it. But after like the 4th wash, it usually, you know, fades out quickly. This is the shampoo that I was talking about, the shampoo that I use to maintain, you know, this color up here. So like I said, after the 4th wash, it should be at the color that I want it, but this is the color payoff. I mean, it's fine. I like this color, me personally. So just check out my Facebook, Only Jasmine, and just if you just want to keep up with me, just check out my Instagram, Only_Jasmine. Bye. Thank you guys for watching.